Hey everyone, in this video we're going to do a day to night transition for our montages. So I've done this in the past with a few of my Halo montages, and even in my most recent Halo montage I use this technique to create night shots, as you can see here, and I really like the effect. But in this tutorial, we're going to go from day to night. So there's two things you need. First is some stock footage of a sky going from day to night. Now you could get two separate ones, a day time lapse and a night time lapse, and you could try to blend them together, perhaps faking a sun with a lens flare. But it's easier if you just find some stock footage that goes day to night in one time lapse, and you can use that. Secondly, we need game footage, or at least a cinematic from the game we're using. And you need to be able to see the sky. You want it to be nice and easy and not too many things blocking the sky. Like you want the sky to be pretty clear, and any of the objects in the foreground that aren't the sky to be pretty simple objects that you could track around or trace around. You want the sky to be very blue, or at least one solid color, so we can key it out later. A stationary camera makes this a lot easier because you don't have to do a lot of mask keyframing, and you can just mask it once and you'll be good. And it is up to you how you want to do this. We're just going to do an easier way where it is a stationary camera. Now first, I have my footage here. You can see a nice shot of the sky, and my camera's not actually moving. Now we're gonna grab our footage, we're gonna pre-compose the frames we want, and we're gonna go move all attributes. Now within this comp, we're gonna duplicate the footage, and we're gonna do a rough mask on the bottom layer where we're gonna subtract out the sky. For now, I'm doing the mask on the top layer just so I can still see as I'm masking and adjusting, but you will be moving this masked layer down to the bottom. So I'm doing a rough mask here. You should take more time on this, but like I said, if your footage is moving, this is gonna be the really annoying part. But basically, we're doing a rough mask so that even when we key the sky, we're hopefully keeping other things that are blue that aren't in the sky there. We don't wanna key everything. So the rough mask is supposed to protect against that. Once you have your rough mask, feather it, you move it down to the bottom and turn the top layer on and off to see how it looks. So now we're going to key the top layer. So click on it, go Effect, Keylight, grab your eyedropper and click the color of the sky. From here, you really have to play around with the screen gain, the screen balance, and I like to go into the clip rollback and screen softness until it looks like you have the entire sky keyed out. You might have to play with this a bit and make sure it's all working, but I'd say don't feather it too much and don't play too much with the clip rollback. You have to use a very small amount on those. Mainly you'll be playing with the screen gain and the screen balance. So here I have a decent looking one. Obviously I have some issues with the leaves, but we're just gonna go through it as is for now. So now we're gonna grab our time-lapse footage from day to night and place it in there. You might have to speed it up to fit what you want so the time-lapse is fast enough. You can use time warp or speed ups there for that. Now what you're going to do is combine the top two layers. So we're going to pre-compose them, and then we want to duplicate them. But in order to duplicate them, we're going to actually go back to our project window and duplicate it from there, and then bring the pre-compose layer 2 in there. So we do have two duplicates, but they are named differently because we're going to play around in both. Now we're going to go into our top pre-compose layer, which we're going to actually make our night shot. We're going to go add new adjustment layer, and we're going to put on some effects. So the first effect we're going to put on is vibrance, and we're going to go -35 or around there. That's because at night there's a lot less colors, and this will give us the effect we're looking for. And next we're going to go effect curves, and we're going to bring that onto the same adjustment layer as the last one. From here in our black and whites, we're going to bring down our highlights quite a bit because obviously there aren't that many highlights at night. Then we're going to dip our shadows here. You can follow along, I'll zoom in here. Then we're going to go into our reds, and from our reds, we're going to lower the shadows and dip the highlights just a little. In our greens, we're going to do the same thing, but a little less of it. Because the shot I'm using has a lot more red in it, we're going to dip the reds obviously a lot more than the greens. But you can see I just dipped the shadows a bit here in the greens. In the blue, we're going to almost do the opposite, where we're going to raise the highlights slightly. And if it's a little too much, you can go into the blue shadows and bring that down as well. From there, we have a nice looking adjustment layer, but we're going to do a few more things. So now we're going to add a new adjustment layer, go Effect, Hue and Saturation. In the Effect controls, we're going to click the box Colorize, and we're going to change the hue so it looks like a bluish color. I used 225, but you can play around with it. Everyone's map and angle is going to look a little different. After that, I'm going to change the saturation to 30, and I'm going to change the blend mode of this adjustment layer to overlay. You'll see it's a little too strong or very strong, so press T on your keyboard when you're selecting the layer to bring up your opacity, and let's bring it down to say 50%. Really play around with it, see what works best for you. After that, we're going to add another adjustment layer on top. We're going to Effects, Tint, place that on there, and change the blending mode of this adjustment layer to overlay as well. Press T to bring up the opacity because obviously this is way too strong. And let's bring the opacity down to say 30%. Again, play with the opacity to find what works best for your shot, but I'm going to keep it at 30 for now. Go back into the one composition before this where we had our 3 layers. and toggle the top layer on and off so you can compare how your night shot looks to your day shot. Obviously the sky isn't matching perfectly and there's a few other things, but just you can see the progress for now. Here we're going to go Effect, Camera Lens Blur. I'm going to put it on my top composition, which is our night one. I'm going to click the box Repeat Edge Pixels and change the blur to around 3. This way I really want it to look like we're focusing more on the sky because the night sky is beautiful, so it's slightly out of focus and it'll help sell the effect here. Now selecting the top 2 layers where we have our night shot and our day shot, we're going to press T to bring up the opacity of both, and we're going to fade on the night sky so it matches the time-lapse footage we have underneath. So play when you think it would slowly become night. And then you're gonna, after it becomes 100% opacity, when we bring up the night sky, we're gonna turn down the day one and go to 0 opacity for the second layer. Right now I notice the night sky does not match my night shot that well, so I'm actually just gonna bring down the vibrance in that. So maybe I'll add an adjustment layer over top of my night sky and bring the vibrance down to say -30, and I'll match the opacity of this adjustment layer to the same as when my night sky or my night shot turns on. You could do this right on the layer, but I'm going to use an adjustment layer for this. Some things I like to do to bring the shot to life afterward is to add a dust during the day and a fog during the night, and you can fade them on and off, super light. And if you go back into your original composition, well, the main composition, you can from there add a little bit of camera movement and just be like a pan or a zoom, and add your camera shake. I have a tutorial on how to do camera shake, and I'll put a link down in the description, but it's very simple. Just go into your effects, wiggle position, wiggle rotation, and make sure they're very small, and then go into the effect transform and make sure you scale up everything a little bit, or you could just scale up your shot in general. But those are some things I like to do. If your shot was moving, it does look a lot better, but I would suggest if you have a moving shot to have a less detailed one, meaning simple edges. This example here, I use in a halo montage where it is moving, but obviously the straight lines were easy for me to mask out, but it looks nice. So I really like this effect. You don't even have to do the transition from day to night. You could just do a night shot like I did in these halo ones, and it's just an interesting effect, and I really like the way it looks. Thanks for checking out the video. Nice little tutorial. Let me know down in the comments if you want to learn anything specific or you want me to make a tutorial about anything specific, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks everyone, and Brendan.